Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lone Officer Breakfast Club. Excuse me. Woohoo! Well, it is California, man. So, and it is, 5:30 in the morning. So, anyway, good morning. Welcome to Lone Officer Breakfast Club, my friends. We're going to have a great day today. We have a good friend in the house, Mr. Josh Pitts. He's with us this morning, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Wait till you hear what he's got to say. Also, I want to remind you guys that we do have that masterclass coming up on tomorrow, right, Steve? Isn't that tomorrow?
100% tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern or noon Eastern tomorrow.
Okay, great.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we'll get into a little more details on that as well. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just kind of... So, Josh, what we do here is we kind of let people kind of filter in a little bit. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna talk some wins, that kind of a thing. Oh, since Josh is our guest, you know what we have to do?
What's that?
We have to let Josh pick someone that he sees. Do you see everybody, Josh, or no?
Yeah, I see everybody.
You see everybody? Okay.
Yep.
Are you on a phone or on your laptop?
I'm on my phone right now.
Okay, but you can still see everybody? Well,
yeah.
Okay, Shelly, you got your hand up fast, so we'll get to the Josh pick here in a second. But since you got the hand up so quick, in fact, here let me record scratch. Stop the music, the background music. Just say, what is up, Shelly? Take it away. What do you got?
Well, I just wanted to ask everyone's opinion. So today at 8:30 Central Time, I am going to be giving a speech to my team of about 40 people to promote MMA and the benefits that it's given me the first 6 months of this year.
Wow.
So I want to just have people put into the chat a couple words of what MMA has done for them, because I need to promote it, and I want to talk about the benefits and try to get more people on MMA for they can create more business like me.
Wow, wonderful. Terrific. Well, great. So, all right, guys, in the chat, Shelly, hey, thanks, man. How cool is it too? You can come here and just ask for that favor, right? It's like, hey man, I need a favor. give me some stuff, right? Like they're already blowing it up for you in the chat. So good stuff. Good stuff.
I love that consistent routine that works, created and implemented. Let's see here: sphere of influence, discipline,
accountability.
Yeah, it's just great.
Good stuff. Shelly, best to you on that presentation, by the way. Best to you. Yeah. And if you need any help, be sure to call Kristen. Make sure you call Kristen. Yeah, she can help you out. All right. Okay, good. All right. So, Josh, are you ready? So you're going to pick someone, and we're going to ask them to share a recent win. So go ahead, Josh, before the music stops.
So Skylar Weitzel, he's a hat guy. Skylar Weitzel.
Skylar Weitzel. Yeah, he's one of our faves. Good pick, man. Good pick, Josh. And he has the hat in rally mode as well, which is pretty typical. Skylar, we know we can count on you for a win, right? So give us something, brother.
I don't know how I became known as the backward hat guy. Unfortunately, this used to be a Denver Nuggets hat. Now it's a Denver next year hat.
Okay.
So I've got 3 referrals from realtors in the past week.
Nice.
One $800,000 purchase. A realtor asked me to price out a loan for her own potential purchase for $1 million over the weekend.
Nice.
Things are starting to click. I missed Breakfast Club yesterday, so I kind of felt like I was walking around all day without showering or putting on pants. So it's good to be back, and I feel like the wins are coming, and it's all because of just doing the deal. What I learned here is starting to pay off, and I wish I would have started this sooner, but better late than never.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, man. Great stuff. Congratulations on all that. And we still got a little bit of time before we bring Josh on. We still got people piling in. So I'm going to hand it to you, Skylar, since you just shared a win. Why don't you pick someone else for a win? Come on.
Let's, how about Mr. John Priest?
John Priest. All right, John Priest. One of our faves as well. John, what's going on? How you doing? Are you there, John? John?
No.
John? I'm John. I'm going to.
Don't do it, Frank. Nope. Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go on. Next one.
Wait. I got John Lake is putting a really great win in the chat. So
well, then we need him.
Let's do it,
unmute
Don.
yourself, friend.
Don Lake, is that who it is?
Yeah. Don Lake.
Don,
Started
what do you
Alliance
got?
in
Come
January, and May will be the biggest month in my career, and June is looking about the same. Talk to
Give us
Don.
the details, Don.
Yeah, so I was back it up, and I reached out to you guys in December because although I had a good year last year, my pipeline was empty, and I was frustrated. And I talked with Jen, and she said to get in an alliance in January, and it takes you know how long it takes to get things grooving, and so February was terrible. March was survivable. April was better. May is I got 7 deals. It's 6.4 million. One slid into June. So, but June will be about the same. So, and I say it's all to me. I know Steve and I talked about the Alliance call before, but I'm not even that great on the scripts yet at all. I got so much work to do. For me, it's all about doing the outbound calls, and I am religious now on outbound calls. So 25 a day, 13 talk tos. And I focus on that, and that's been the result so far. Everything I attribute to
Man,
that.
that's huge.
Absolutely fantastic.
Hey, Frank, one thing he said, and Don, I love this because now you know your numbers. And we're going to talk about that on the master class. And somebody said, are you talking about what you did in last month's? And I am. So if you came last month, just know that I'm going to talk about the same thing. But Don, that's exactly it. You know your numbers of if I make X number of outbound calls and have X number of conversations a day, you'll hit your numbers. And I think, the power of that, Frank, is that I hear it all the time. You hear it all the time. If I knew what to do, I would do it. And what if we could take the mystery out of what do I do each and every day? What's the one thing that moves the needle? And there's 2 areas. There's what I do today that puts loans in the pipeline today. And then there's farming, what I can be doing that brings in loans in the next 30, 60, 90 days. And you want to do both because both is what's going to help you have what we call a predictable income business. So, hey, if you're interested, go to the new MMA Masterclass, register. It's tomorrow at noon. So,
And that's
Don,
free.
You're crushing
Yeah.
it, man. Over $6 million, brother.
Yeah, dude.
Let's
So
go.
good. So good. So good. So yeah, tomorrow, guys, at noon Eastern time, new MMAmasterclass.com.
Yeah,
Go
that's
there.
it.
It's free
Yep.
to all loan officers. Steve's
Yep.
going to just freak
Well, no,
you out.
I'll help you. Yeah, I'll help you build a plan, something you can execute, then just take it and run.
Okay, that'll be great. If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time. Yeah. All right. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's introduce Mr. Josh Pitt with Shred Media.
What's up, man?
All right. So I'm so happy Josh is here. Josh and I have known each other for, God, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. It's something like that, right, Josh? I don't know. And I got to spotlight you because if you guys are not aware, and Josh, go ahead and tell the story. He's on a catamaran right now. Where are you again?
So currently, yes, first and foremost, I have to thank the MMA. Thank everybody for the opportunity to be here. I was an MMA member myself when I was in production. A lot of people don't know. I was part of the mortgage marketing animals for years and years. Carl White was one of my original mentors. So I have huge love for the entire organization. I don't do mortgages anymore. I gave up mortgages a few years ago when I got into Shred Media, started helping people with their social media videos, with content, which is what we focus on today. But yes, as Frank said, I'll show you real quick. Some people are like, no, do you really live on a catamaran? Yeah, I really do live on a catamaran. Me and my family are currently traveling the world. We're currently in Bonaire. That's a view out my front door right there. But yeah, we're literally traveling the world as a family on our 48-foot Leopard catamaran, our sailboat. And every day's an adventure. You never know what's going to happen. Answer the question. Steve asked it earlier. How do you get internet? Starlink is my best friend. And you're literally able to get internet anywhere. But now we're able to travel and explore the world and continue to do what we love, is helping mortgage and real estate professionals create great video content for social media.
You know, and we're going to get into what you do for people for sure, Josh, right? About how you can help the loan officers with their video and that kind of a thing. but we're gonna do a podcast later. We've already done a podcast. I've interviewed Josh on this before. I'm gonna do a follow-up after the Breakfast Club This Morning podcast. But for everybody here, I think everybody's just wildly curious about, like what were you drinking that made you think, like this is what we're gonna do? You know what I mean? Like we're gonna sell it all, get this catamaran, and work out on the open sea. With the kids. Now you got kids. They're homeschooled, right? How does this all? What made you do this? What was the thought process here?
It's really funny. So we went from the extreme. We lived in the rural mountains of Utah. We lived up in just outside of Park City, Utah. Lived there for years and years. That's where I grew up. Grew up shredding the hills and the mountains of Utah. And we took a trip to Costa Rica a few years ago, and we were homeschooling our kids at the time. And my wife and I looked at each other while we were down in Costa Rica, and we're like, we can go anywhere. And I'm like, to be honest, I'm sick of the snow. I'm ready to make a big change. I'll trade it in for a surfboard. So we actually thought of moving to Costa Rica. And then I'm like, hey, babe, I got a wild idea. I've been watching some of these YouTube videos. Why don't we buy a sailboat? And I thought she was going to be like, you're an idiot. No chance. She's like, sure, let's do it. And I'm like, hell yeah, sell everything, fire sale, sell the house, sell everything we got. Let's go find a sailboat. And that's where we are. We've currently been on a sailboat for a year. We started up in Florida, worked our way down through the Bahamas, through the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, all the USVIs, made the big jump over here because it's hurricane season is about to start. So we'll hang out here, Colombia, Panama, basically for hurricane season, and then continue our journey.
Wow,
man.
What do you guys think about this? In the chat too, let us know if you got any questions for Josh about this. This is pretty amazing. Man, yeah, just a wow, down here in the chat. So, and I asked you about this before too. So, so when you right now, you're wherever you are, Bonaire, right? Mm-hmm. And so you're moored there, okay? And how long will you just stay moored, there? And then obviously when you're moored somewhere, then everybody can get off the boat, go into town, restaurants, all that kind of stuff, get supplies, that kind of a thing. But how long will you stay moored there in that spot? Will you poke around in that area a little bit, while you ride out hurricane season, or we just stay in one pier for the whole time? What's your thoughts there?
No, really good question. And I see so many questions coming in. I love all the questions, and we'll try to get to as many as we possibly can. So in this specific spot, we're actually on a marina. We're at a dock right now, which we don't do very often. We typically are on a mooring ball, or we're anchored. We anchor ourselves quite often if we have the right waters, the right winds. We will absolutely anchor out anywhere we can legally, and we'll just hang out. But right now, we'll stay in Bonaire for about a month and a half, and then we'll move to Curacao for about a month and a half, then move to Aruba for a very short time, where we'll position ourselves to jump to Santa Marta, Colombia, and then Cartagena, Colombia, where in all those locations, you're actually just anchoring. You literally drop the hook, as we call it, or drop the anchor, and get a hangout. But yeah, like you said, Frank, a lot of people, they think you're sailing all the time. Sailing is a small part of what we do. We sail from place to place to get to the next location. Somebody asked if we actually sail the boat. Yes, I do sail. I'm the captain. I am a registered captain. Both my wife and I went through sailing school, got our captain's licenses. So yes, we are the ones who sail the boat. A lot of people are like, oh, you hire a captain. Nope, we are the ones who sail the boat every single day whenever we're moving.
That must have been pretty thrilling to do the first outing on the new catamaran with the family. Like, okay, here we go. Here we go to do that first. Us Navy guys, we call it deployment, Josh. Yeah. So that first deployment, must have been pretty thrilling for the whole family. The kids are all active in the sailing aspect as well, right? They're pulling lines and battening the hatches and all that stuff, right? So.
Oh yeah, my daughter crushes it. I mean, my wife helps with everything. She could run the boat just as well as I could, but my daughter in particular, she's my boating buddy. When I'm moving sails, when we're trimming sails, technical terms, when we're trimming sails, when we're getting lines out, moving things. Most people don't know there's not a single rope on a boat. They're all lines. It's actually rope, but they're lines. So she's the one adjusting lines, pulling in the sail, adjusting the genoa, adjusting the main. So it's a lot of fun to have them involved. It's real world sheets. Yeah, Tom just meant sheets. So there you go. See, we have a sailor in the group as well. It's so much fun to see them to be part of it and learning and having. What we love most about it is going to these smaller communities. Last Saturday, we had an amazing opportunity to do a service project here on Bonaire. We actually helped paint and clean up a local cemetery. And that's something we wanted to do. So every place we stop, we with Shred has many acronyms, but one of our acronyms and one of our foundations that we have is Share Hope, repeat every day. So it's our Sharing Hope Foundation, where we go and we get involved with the community and try to give back to whatever community we're in. And that's one of the reasons we did this as well, is we wanted our kids to see that there are so many other places and people in this world, and you can make friends anywhere you go.
What a trip. Chris Johnston, what do you think about all this?
Dude, that's amazing.
Oh, I think it's absolutely incredible. Josh, man, that's absolutely amazing. And good to see you giving back as you go along the way. So many people could be just so focused on the journey, but to see you giving back as you go is absolutely incredible.
I'm curious at Todd Claus looking for a roommate. Yeah. I'm curious in the chat, like how many of you guys have kind of quasi sort of fantasized about something like this? You know, like sort of like, man, that would be cool to do. Let's just throw a yes in there if you've sort of fantasized about something along these lines. Yeah. See, there's a lot of people. Yeah. It takes guts, man. It really does. Somebody else asked, and let's just wrap up with this real quick. And then we'll get to what you can, how you can help some originators these days, Josh. But somebody else was asking, had you ever found yourself in a scary situation, storm, something like that, while you're sailing, like, oh, okay, here we are, putting skills to the test?
Yeah, 100%. So we do, with all the technology these days, I will admit, like, technology is our best friend. Weather apps, we subscribe to way too many weather apps, from Predict Wind, this and that. So we're watching with, plus all of our electronics on the boat. We can watch storms, we can watch other boats. Some of the scariest actually are other boats. Big tankers are our worst enemies. They don't pay attention as much as we'd hoped. We had a very scary situation with a 290-foot tanker vessel that did not see us. They were not willing to move out of our way. So we had to move at the last minute, and we passed about 200 feet, which in the sailing world, that is terrifying. You have a huge tanker that could literally just demolish you. So that was really scary. And then our passage from Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico is known as the Mona Passage. Very difficult, very treacherous, just called the Thorny Path. We actually submarined our boat, that's the moment in life you're like, it's over. I screwed up. I made a terrible decision. Our boat literally went underwater for a second. We hit a rogue wave. It went over the top of us, completely engulfed the boat in water. But fortunately, these boats, they can take a lot. Fortunately, a water bill just came on. It shut off both engines. We hit so hard. We're able to get things fired back up, got water pumped out where we needed to, and continued on our way. So there's definitely been a few moments where,
Josh, I remember that day. Because if I remember right, I was sitting on my front porch, listening to jazz music, smoking a cigar, and sipping some great bourbon. So I remember that day. So good for you, man. Good for you, buddy.
You're absolutely awesome. Nuts. That must have been horrifying. I mean, that must have been truly. You're out there. You got your family on this boat, and we're underwater. Yeah, we're not supposed to be underwater.
That was the moment where I'm like, did I make a really big mistake? Like, did I just put my family in jeopardy? But again, like, fortunately, and thank God, everything worked out to the way it did, and we continued on our way. But that was a moment for us too. Both me and my wife were like, okay, like, this is real. I've seen a couple people like, oh, you're living the dream. It is. We were very blessed, very fortunate to be able to do this and continue to run our business and company. But there are days where it is living on the water and living on a boat. There's so many things that can go wrong, and so quickly, that you have to be paying attention. Unfortunately, some of our good friends we just heard yesterday capsized off the coast of Marquesas in the French Polynesia, and unfortunately weren't so lucky. Really? So it's you have to be paying attention in this life, because you never know what's going to happen.
Hey, one more. Somebody, Keisha, pirates? Ever encounter any pirates?
So we're currently right now, we're in some of the most treacherous water. We're just off the coast of Venezuela. And pirates are one of those things that you hear about, you do encounter. We had a small encounter with a small fishing boat. Most of them, they just need food. They need some resources. And if you have even something to give them, like we gave them a case of water and they were just happy as clams, like, hey, we got something out of this. Most of them don't want money. You got to remember, these are people in developing countries, third world countries, and they just need something. So sometimes, especially speaking Spanish, I speak fluently, but all my kids and wife speak Portuguese and Spanish. So being able to communicate with people makes a very big difference. But pirates, knock on wood, are something that, and with technology too, you can see boats coming from miles and miles off. And when all of a sudden you see somebody kind of coming in your direction that shouldn't be, you can kind of prepare for it.
Yeah, Jen just muted me.
Thanks,
I didn't
Jen.
mean to. That was great. Yeah. Wow.
She
Man, that's
realized
something
she
else.
realized that you didn't have your, you weren't a registered captain now, so you're going to get muted every once in a while. I mean, how cool is that though? My wife and I both went and we're registered captains. I mean, that just
I know. It is pretty epic. It's pretty awesome. Well, gosh, Josh, I mean, we could talk about this for a long, long time, but we only got about 10 minutes left here. But I want to get to Shred Media, what you guys are doing for mortgage originators, how you can help, that kind of a thing. You got a nice little benefit if they're part of LOBC too, if they want to engage with you. So what do you got going on? What's Shred all about? How do you help loan officers? What do you do?
Yeah. So again, I come from a mortgage background. I had one of the largest mortgage, actually, when I was working with Carl closely, had one of the largest mortgage brokerages in the state of Utah. My partner and I grew it together. It did awesome. I really enjoyed it. Had a ton of fun with it. And shortly after splitting and parting ways, I've loved social media since I started. One of my very, very first deals came from a post on Facebook I made back when MySpace was still a thing. So I saw that there was opportunity in social media. Over the years, I've kind of gone back and forth with it. But about 6 years ago, when I started Shred Media, I really knew there was something. And if social media is done correctly, Steve and a few other people on your masterclass, you're going to be talking about other ways to grow your business. Carl is one of the huge, back when I was originating, talking with real estate agents and having, the list and going through those. Our industry continues to shift and continues to evolve, and finding ways to stay in front of people is our biggest task at hand as mortgage professionals. Trying to find out where is their attention at. And for the most part, people's attention is on social media. So we teach people how to effectively use social media. And more than that, we take the heavy lifting off their hands of helping them create amazing looking video. Video is one of those things. Everybody watches video. Every single person on the call today, you've probably, whether you spend time on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or whatever platform it is, you've been on the social media platforms, you've watched a video one time or another, and you've probably been inspired, or you've probably said, I need to be doing more of that video. And whether you believe you should be on social media or not, or putting out mass amounts of quantity amounts of content, social media is just one more way for you to be recognized. I like to talk about, when it comes to your brand, people overthink brand. They think it's a logo. They think it's a slogan. That's not your brand. Your brand is an extension of who you are. It's your reputation. How are people seeing you? How are you showing up? Are the realtors that you're working with, are they seeing you on social media? Are your clients that you work with in the past, are they seeing you on social media? Because if not, they're seeing other mortgage professionals out there. And there's a whole other conversation to be had of what content you're putting out and if it's boring as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, I love every single one of you on the call. Mortgage content is boring as hell. So unless you have somebody helping you spice it up and jazz it up in a way that makes it look a little bit creative and it stands out to your clients, mortgage content is boring. So what we do with our Shredded app is we help you make your videos look like you literally have a professional editing team in your pocket, because you do. All you do is you download the app, you upload your video, 2 minutes or less to the app. We transcribe it. We put graphics in it. We do all the transitions. We make it look valuable. We make it look worthy of your community's time. So everybody on here, whether you're just dabbling in social media, whether you're a pro at social media, in the future, you're going to continue to, or you're going to need to grow your brand in one way or another. And whether you start today or you start down the road, whatever it is, social media is one of those plays that all of us should be doing. You should be working with your realtor. You should be making your calls. But this is something, I promise you, I've seen it from so many mortgage professionals. If you take social media seriously and you put together a plan, you can have a thriving brand and a thriving business from social media. So I'm a huge social media advocate all day long. I could talk about it. I could talk about the benefits of it if you use it correctly. But yeah, if you need any video editing help, that's what we do now. That's all we focus on, is we help loan officers crank out really amazing social media content.
And you do it all through an app?
All through
a mobile app?
Through a mobile app. That's all you do. Like, we know you're busy. You don't need to be going to this or that. You download the app, record the video on your phone, send it off. One of our shredders, yeah, you see what I did there. Our shredders, they will literally get in. They get to know you too. You have a personal editor who goes and hey, I know what Chris wants. I know what Kristen wants. I know what Jen wants. They get to know you personally, what type of content you do, what type of things that you want, you don't want in every single video. They send it back to your phone within 48 hours. All your videos, they come back within 48 hours, ready to post. You don't have to, we give you the captions. If you want scripts, we have hundreds of scripts inside of the app. We have a teleprompter inside the app. we take all the guesswork and the excuses out of making video content. So if you're ready to take your video content to another level, we got you covered.
Neat stuff, man. Yeah, of course. Of course, we're firm believers in making our calls and doing the plan, but we also are firm believers in making use of, like Steve's going to even talk about tomorrow, the farming aspect, the social media aspect, being present, being visible, right? We have to have all that working, and Carl too, right? We have to have all that working together. So really cool, man. You're muted, Carl. Were you trying to say something?
And you know, Josh, one thing that I've learned through the years is I have this little saying: Oprah can't make a cold call. Oprah can't make a cold call. And what that means is the more people know you, the more people are pre-indoctrinated to already work with you before you have that first contact is always a good thing. Because everybody here knows I'm a huge Oprah fan. Like I'm off the chart. What she's accomplished in her life is just nothing short of amazing. And if she was to call me up, I mean, I can't imagine, like, if she said, "Hey, Carl, you want to buy my book?" Yes, you know, because I'm already pre-indoctrinated, you know, and I think positioning yourself when you walk into the real estate association, everybody, it's Josh, that's that guy. It's a very good place to put yourself at. I love it.
Very cool. I was going to say, Josh, we're getting close, so I want to make sure we get the link. So what was the link for this again? It's shreddedapp.com.
Jen just dropped it in the chat. It's shreddedapp.com. And if you use code LOBC, Loan Officer Breakfast Club, you're getting 25% off.
How you like that, guys?
We love you guys. Like I said, Carl has been such a big advocate in my life throughout my career. So we want to give back to the MMA and the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. So if you need help with video editing and you need help with social media content, let us know. We're here to help you.
Hey, Josh, do you find, is there one platform, like, is there one platform I should focus on, or because the content is duplicatable, there's no need to pick one platform?
No, Carl, wonderful question. No need to pick one platform. But if I'm going to be really serious with 99% of you on this call, Facebook should be your number one. And some of you are like, Facebook, no, that's a dead. Trust me, this is what I do full time now. We analyze data. We look at mortgage professionals, real estate professionals at length. We have tools and apps that literally just look at data of where you're going to be most productive and where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, if you will.
Yeah.
Number one, you shouldn't be paying any money to like do ads or anything. None of you are ready for that. I love you. I can talk to you more about that. You should be posting original content. And to Carl's point, start with Facebook and Instagram, because you can post on them at the exact same time. You can link your two accounts. So when you post on Facebook, it's going to Instagram. Or if you post on Instagram, it's going over to Facebook. You TikTokers out there, I love you. Most of you aren't ready for TikTok. Like, it's such a different platform. Just start somewhere where you're comfortable with. If you're spending your most time on Facebook or Instagram, to Carl's point, start there, get comfortable with it, and then you can go out to the LinkedIn and the YouTubes and the TikToks of the world.
Good advice, man. Good advice. So shreditapp.com. Use the code LOBC, get 25%.
Hey, Josh, I always hate asking this question because it sounds negative, but I always learn so much from it. What's the one mistake a lot of us are making and don't know that we're making it?
You're quitting too early. Like that with social media in particular, consistency and quitting too early. Consistency. People think, and again, one post a week is just getting started. 2 posts a week, you're doing great. 3, if you ever hear Gary Vaynerchuk, he's like, you need to be posting 10 pieces of content a day. That's bullshit. And most of you will never be able to do that. 10 pieces of content is insane. But if you can get to where you're posting 3 or 4 pieces of content consistently a week, you're crushing it. But so many people, they do social media. Think of your mortgage career. How long have you been in the mortgage industry? I've been for 15 plus years at this point. It took time to get where I'm at. It didn't happen overnight. It took years for most of you to get where you're at. So many people quit on social media. Even like, Josh, I'm only getting 4 or 5 views every single video. Fantastic. That's 4 or 5 views that you weren't getting before. Like Carl, you mentioned it. Like somebody, maybe the president of the board of or the National Board of Realtors saw that video. Who knows who saw that video? You're quitting far too early on yourself when it comes to social media. This is a long game. If you're willing to play the long game, you're going to win.
Great advice, Josh, we're making sure we can get there. Yeah, it works.
It's working for me. I'm not sure. It's shreddedapp.com.
Link worked. It worked.
App.com. It's in the chat. So, all right, good stuff. Wow, man.
Hey, Josh. Once we get signed up with you, what's the first thing we should do? Like step 1 is to make sure you blank. What's that?
Record a video. What? Don't overthink it. Like, just hit the record button, ladies and gentlemen. So many people are like, oh, I don't like the way I look. Don't like the way I sound. You're beautiful. God created you the way that you are. Whether you believe it or not, you look exactly the same on camera as you do in person. So hit that. If you download my app today, please, you get a free video anyway. You don't even have to pay today. If you download the app today, I'm going to give you a free video. So everybody there's no excuse. Every single one of you should download the app, do a free video, but hit that record button. Hit the record button and just start video one.
How long? How long should we make that be? What duration of that first video?
30 seconds. 30 seconds or less. It doesn't need to be long. Hell, even just introduce yourself to your community again. Been a while since I've been on here. I'm so excited to be sharing some new ideas, some new thoughts, some new inspiration for all of you. I can't wait to share everything with you. That's it. Like, just put something out there.
Yeah. Very cool. Hey, we got a couple hands up. So Sean and Marcio. Sean, what you got?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Josh, that's an awesome story. Thank you so much for the insight here. That's just super cool that you could do all that. I did have a quick question regarding YouTube video. If you're going to be recording for Facebook, Instagram, sharing out that way, would you recommend adding that also to like a YouTube channel or whatnot that you would have?
Absolutely. YouTube Shorts, but please, for the love, do not try to start a YouTube channel right out the rip. And I mean this. Somebody on here is going to try to call me out, but I could provide data after data. Most of you are not ready to start a YouTube channel. Starting a full-blown YouTube channel with long-form content is hard. If you're sharing your YouTube, if you already have a YouTube created and you're sharing short-form video content in the way of YouTube Shorts, fantastic. Absolutely, Sean, do that. But please, most of you, unless you're actually going to go take a class on YouTube, please don't go out and try to do long form video content on YouTube. It will wreck you. I'm just telling, like, I'm being honest. I'm just spitting on truth here.
Gotcha. So you can just do shorts. Just have your shorts just rolling. That's it.
Absolutely. Please do that. It will be awesome.
There you go. Okay, Marcio.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Marcio.
Good morning, Josh. Question.
Morning.
What percentage of your videos or your posts and stuff like that should be sharing wins versus educational and other stuff?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a really good question. I get it all the time. Whatever you're most comfortable with. But just remember this, and I said this, and I mean it. Again, I love all of you on here. Mortgage and real estate content, for the most part, is boring as hell. I always say you really have to think about the mortgage transaction. It's a very personal, intimate transaction. You're getting to know things about people, their income, their jobs, where they live, their kids. Like, there's so many things you get to know during the mortgage transaction. So I always tell people it's okay to share personal aspects of your life. Let people show them behind the scenes at the office. It doesn't have to be valuable mortgage information all the time. You can show them the things that you like in your life. Maybe you're like to play pickleball. Maybe you like to sail. Maybe you like to knit. Whatever it is, you can share those personal aspects of your life. That's going to connect you with Jen. That's going to connect you with Kristen. That's going to connect you, again, on a more personal level. So I always tell people, I try to share more personal aspects of my life when it comes to business. There is no perfect. There's no, like, you should post one piece of business to 4 pieces of personal. It's whatever you can, honestly, whatever you can put out, I would say continue to put out.
Good question. Hey, Josh, Angela saying, hey, there's a little error trying to use the code. Is it okay if I put your email address into the chat just for people, just in case there's a little snag or something like that? They're trying to get it. Something's not working. Is that all right?
100%. Josh@shredmedia.com. If you have any questions, if you need any help, email me directly. If you're getting an error, some of you may be trying to use the code in the group or community aspect. Sign up as an individual. Don't sign up as you're going through the setup. It asks you if you want to put a group or company code. Don't put LOBC there. Put LOBC at checkout.
Okay, at checkout. And we went ahead and dropped your email in the chat for you as well. Okay, Marcio, thanks. Eden, what do you got?
Thank you. I was just wondering, is there a way that we can use this as like recruiting for realtors and stuff as well? Do you also help realtors in their content, or?
Great question. Yes, we work with quite a few realtors as well. So if you're wanting to work with realtors, we have quite a few mortgage professionals that are doing, hey, let me help you with the content
like
as well.
Sponsor video or something like that. Okay.
100%. So here's the rule of thumb too with content. You can even help your realtors as long as they're in the video with you. You could even like help create their content for them too. Like, hey, Samantha, like, let's do a video together. I'll do the editing. Let my team do the editing for you. I'll share it with you, and then you can share it on your content. Like, I'm sharing it on your page. It's a win-win.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Cool. Great question.
Josh,
right.
we had when I first got in the business, Diane and I, we were doing a video. We started doing a video with an insurance agent, homeowner's insurance agent, for him to send out to his past database, or his, not his past, his current data. He had 4,000 local homeowners for homeowner insurance, which, come to find out, in the insurance world, is typical. So I started doing videos with him once a week, go to his office, would record a quick home hack, like just something simple, not about insurance, not about mortgage, a home hack. We got so busy, we literally had to open up another office in his office, and he wasn't getting a piece of the pie or anything. He just appreciated, the waking up his database and asking for referrals, which he did at the end of each video. So doing it with people, have them send out to their database, even if you don't have one, it was massive for us, just massive. Good stuff, Josh.
Awesome.
Carl, collaboration content is the key to winning on social media right now. Finding an agent, finding we have a guy who's crushing it with divorce attorney. I hate saying it, it's terrible, but he has a divorce attorney. Like, if you're going through a divorce, they're doing a video a week about things to help your divorce go smoothly, which is terrible, but they're crushing it. I want to say, last time I talked to him, I think they're doing like 25 deals a month off of just social media.
Outstanding. And I'm sure what they're doing is they're buying ad space on dating websites. And
of course.
Probably.
Of course. All right, Adam Charney, what you got?
Just real quick. So this is both for paid ads as well as just your social stuff that you're putting out there, or?
You could always do paid ad against, if we're editing the video, you can do whatever you want with it. But as I mentioned, it just depends. If the video performs well organically, then sure, you could put some paid dollars behind it. But remember, and I mentioned this, and I don't want to step on any toes in here, but if you're paying for ad dollars or sponsoring videos, make sure you have somebody who really knows what the hell they're doing to help you with that. Just throwing ad dollars behind anything these days is a terrible idea. You're not getting your ROI. With what Meta it just released, I'm a huge fan of Mark Zuckerberg, whether you like the guy or not. They're brilliant when it comes to marketing. And with some of the AI releases, they're making it much easier to do paid video here very, very soon. So to your question, make sure you post a video organically first. And if it performs well, then sure, put some ad dollars behind it. But if you post it organically and it doesn't do well, there's no reason to do a sponsored ad behind it.
And how many videos can we do a month with the program?
Unlimited videos.
Okay.
I bet you can't send me enough videos. I dare you to send me enough videos. I challenge you to send me enough videos.
All right. Hey, Adam, too, Thursday we'll have Chelsea Gardner, who does specifically ads on the show.
Okay,
so
great.
if you want to learn more about ads, then there you go. So this is a great combination, right?
I don't think Josh is saying not to do ads.
Yeah.
I think what he's saying is don't start there. Hiring an agency and just randomly throwing out ads, it can be it's kind of a hit or miss. Chris and I have done well over $1 million. Well over. It's probably close to $2 million right now in our own personal money buying ads, and we've learned. Boy, that is not for the faint of heart, and it takes experience. And I couldn't agree with you more, Josh. That just randomly starting to run ads can really run up the bills.
Yeah, see, Carl,
targeted correctly, it's done extremely well. Like Chris and I, we've made tens of millions.
And that's what I tell people. Most loan officers, they think they have to. It's a pay to play game.
Yeah.
And if you just start throwing money at stuff, like you're going to lose, and it's just going to become frustrating. So make sure you have somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, who can guide you down that process. So I tell people are asking me like, "Hey, Josh, should I sponsor this video, or should I run ads behind it?" I'm like, not unless you have an agency or somebody who's coaching you along the way.
Yeah, and I like what you say too, Josh. Like, do it organically first, and if you see, wow, this one's really doing well, that's probably a good one to go ahead and put some money behind. Hey, Greg, what you got? We got to get out of here. What you got, brother?
If I have an agent and let's say I'm doing an online video with that or something, can you guys help me break apart one video into multiple posts, or is that something I would need to do on my own?
Really good question. If it's under 2 minutes, yes, we can help you with that. But if you're doing like a 10, 12-minute video, we only focus on short form content. That's what's performing the best on social media right now, unless you're doing long form content in like the form of a podcast, but we don't do long form. So if it's over 2 minutes, you would need to break it up and then put it in the app, and then we can break it down into multiple sections for you.
I see. So we can't take a 10-minute video and make multiple 2-minute videos. Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Nope. Great question.
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks, Greg. All right, guys, and I'm seeing in the chat. So again, it's Shred It app, right? Shred it, app.com. That's where you go. The code is LOBC. And you do the code at the checkout, right, Josh? So when you're getting to the last part where you're checking out, that there's going to be a discount code there. LOBC is what you use. You get 25% off. Josh Pitts, thank you so much, man. Wow, what a cool breakfast club. Thanks for being here with us, man. We really appreciate it. All right, well, I guess we got to get to work, guys. Today is Tuesday, Just Ask Tuesday, right? All of our active files. Give everybody a quick update. Ask them if they know anybody else that we can help. That's it in a nutshell. If you need help with that, go to... Call Kristen. Yeah, just call Kristen. That's what you want to do. Give her a call. Yeah, it's no problem. We'll put her phone number, her direct cell line in the chat for you guys.
Go for
call
it.
Call her about anything. Anything at all. She doesn't care. She just loves to shoot the breeze. Hey, Josh Pitts, thanks so much, man. Again, super cool. Safe travels, brother. Safe travels out there. And we'll check in with you again. We'll see you a little bit later. We're going to do another podcast episode with you. So, all right, you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys here tomorrow on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. We'll see you guys. Adios. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much, Josh. That was awesome.